Steve Metrics here of No DB8 SPORTS, and today we're going to show you how to take a schedule and move it forward and essentially move out bye weeks, any time off, and move an entire schedule forward. So just recently, the NFL came out with its 2023 schedule, and what we're going to be doing later on this fall is showing you a offensive line tracker that keeps track of how the run blocking and pass protection is for every NFL team. So what we're looking to do here is we're looking to take every single team, and whenever they encounter a bye week, we want to take their entire schedule to that point and move it forward and continuously move it forward to the most current week. So when we look at every team's schedule, especially Buffalo from 2022, we can see that teams have bye weeks. And if we want to even take this even further into the playoffs, we know there's going to be a lot of teams in the postseason that won't be playing football. So this whole tracker can move itself forward. So if we play with Buffalo for this, we can see that Buffalo last year had 2 weeks where they didn't play football. They had their regular scheduled bye at week 7, and unfortunately the week 17 Damar Hamlin game that got postponed between the Bengals and the Bills. So what we want to do here is we want to take all of the other 16 weeks that they played and we want to move it forward. So essentially in week 18, you would see all the other 16 weeks, and then the first 2 weeks would be empty. So we're going to try to take all of this and move it all over here. So how do we do that? Well, the way we're going to do it is by using macros. And macros in Excel are really useful, really powerful, can do a lot of programming and coding and stuff, and they make a lot of tedious tasks very short and quick. So looking over here, we have this whole code over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through a little bit of it, see how this example works, and then we're going to just let this run and see what it does. So I got everything up here. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to let it run. So let's start out. We'll just start out at the beginning, and let's go ahead and do that. All right, there we are. So the first thing we're going to do is we're keeping track of buys. We're keeping track of that area that we're looking at. And then we're going to go to cell S4. So there we go. We see the New England Patriots. We're going to go above. And I pressed the wrong button. But we're still here. So we're grabbing what we need. And we're going to bring it back over to where we want to paste it. And there it is. So we go back through this loop, and when we see a bye week, we want to bypass it, but yet we want to keep track of it. So essentially, we want to go to Chicago and grab that 6.83. So here we go. We're running through our cells, running through our code, and boom, there it is. So we go to the next one, which should be Miami. Grab that 2.56. There it is. Place it right next to Chicago's value. And there we go. Grab the Jets, place that right next to it, and you see that's all moving good. So let's run the rest of that, and we can see that the whole program of that macro ran everything as we wanted to from all 18 weeks. So it started at the back of the pack and made its way to week 3 and then stopped. So we can see that this little section here where that bye week is, it got rid of that. And then going to the very beginning where their original bye is between Kansas City and Green Bay, we should be finding that spot between 3.47 and 4 is taken away. And it is. So this is all looking really good. Let me take you behind the scenes and kind of show you a little bit of what's going on with this code here. Pretty much it is working its way through what it does, it has its loops. And the great thing about this is it's always keeping track of how many bye weeks there are. So whenever it sees a bye week, it adds one to it, keeps track of it, and keeps moving. So over here, we can see this is where it pastes. And then when it's done and it gets to that final week at the beginning, I like to have it just end the routine. So there's a little bit of coding that goes into here and it exits this loop. So essentially what we're going to do is you're going to see that we're going to have this kind of tracker for each and every team. And we're going to have it for the pass protection and the run blocking. So there's a lot of cool stuff here, and there's a lot of programming that goes into this. So if you're ever looking to take something like this and bring it into baseball, basketball, any sport that has time off that you're not regularly seeing, like a NFL schedule, which is very neatly organized and has a set number of games, and it's very very easy to organize, you're pretty set. But in the event of COVID, hurricanes, games being canceled for severe injury, you want to have that flexibility. So that is something that us at No Debate Sports is going to be bringing you this upcoming season, is we're going to always show you that we have the ability to be flexible with our trackers and our metrics and what we show you. So go ahead and click this link. You can also see everything that goes into the coding and the programming. So if you want to play around with this, look more into any kind of YouTube lessons on how to learn more about macros and Excel. You have all those tools there. So go ahead, click the link, subscribe, and go to our GitHub channel to take a look at all of this programming in our macros. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned a little something, and hope this can be a little bit useful to however you build any kind of schedule. So thanks again for watching. I'm Steve Metrics of No Debate Sports, and I'll see you next time.